Watch in the program: labor philosophy from Japan to Kazakhstan, wind of change from fans to industrial ventilation, and how to air a room with the help of a telephone. Jean-Philippe's profession is fashionably named brand chef. He has arrived to Kazakhstan from France. He had been working as a chef of cuisine in one of restaurants in Paris for more than 15 years. This is his family's tradition, which began his grandparents. They prepare meals from horse meat once a week. It is for this reason he has easily adapted to the local gastronomy, confesses Jean-Philippe. At present, a year on, he knows very well the recipes of Kazakh dishes and goes on teaching the domestic cooks the secrets of the French kitchen. The level of restaurant technologies here exceeded all his expectations, he says.
The thing were surprising. It was about the same quality of material and equipment you can find in Europe and here also in Kazakhstan. And was very surprised about all those ventilation system, how good was.
Before, the atmosphere in the kitchen was very hot. The work was very hard due to the variety of smells. According to the restaurant designers, nothing but the ventilation system helps to prolong the service life of stoves, refrigerators, and other equipment. In addition, it excludes the appearance of moldiness, which prevents the building from destruction. March 2013, Almaty Oblast, Ili region, Koyankus settlement. Here was found the industrial fan plant. This plant was one of the first in Kazakhstan which introduced the technology of economical manufacturing. Its administration esteems that the new ideas will increase the production capacity 3 times as much. In particular, now the assembling of those very conditioners takes half the time. This project has been created within the framework of the program Roadmap 2020. I shall say, and I always was saying, that with the roadmap began the foundation of our plant. It is because owing to the business roadmap, we could for the first time obtain the serious equipment. Now Kazakhstan has a plant which manufactures products as good as their foreign analogs, and the prices are quite reasonable. Currently, the entrepreneurs do not have to wait for months until the new equipment arrives from abroad. Almaty Fan Plant, or briefly in Russian AVZ, was founded in 2008. This January, the enterprise reached new development level after having completed the construction of building and production workshops. It employs 110 people and manufactures industrial fans and ventilation systems, as well as participates in the program Business Roadmap 2020. The people in white clothes at this enterprise belong to the special caste. This kind of uniform wear chief foremen. If they start to help their subordinates, their clothes will get dirty. By doing so, the plant administration determines which section could have some problems. Such rules are dictated by the Japanese technology of economic manufacturing called Kaizen. Japanese philosophy Kaizen is an economic manufacturing practice for all employees, from managers to ordinary workers. The objective of Kaizen is to escape waste, which is also called lean production. To maintain lean manufacturing at the plant helps business consultant Anatoly Feskov. He both introduces this technology and supervises its observation. There are just a few of such precise machines in the whole country. For instance, this laser beam machine cuts metals within the accuracy of 100th fraction of millimeter. With such technology, materials are not subjected to deformation. The main advantage of the laser is the absence of metal chips. This provides non-waste production. Let us see the laser. What you have to do is just to program it. It is 10 times faster than a punching machine, and our work became easier and faster. Almost the whole work at the plant is automated. This machine, for example, bends metal sheets. Before, this work was done manually. Currently, the brutal physical force is the thing of the past, and the productivity here raised twice as much. A ventilation system case is assembled 3 hours faster. Initially, we are given a special drawing which we download to the computer or to this instrument panel. The rest work is completely done by the machine. Before we had to bend these forms ourselves. This painting workshop was constructed by the workers themselves. Each detail is hanged to a special hook. Then the goods are sent to the workshop by monorail road. There they are painted and put to the drying kilns in order to accelerate the drying process. Before we carried them to the kilns on trolleys. Now we do not need to lift heavy objects. The welding zone is equipped with special ventilation systems which are called sleeves. They absorb all poisonous smokes. They are very comfortable to operate due to their flexible construction. Sleeve ventilation system serves for elimination of toxic smokes during welding works and prevents us from inhalation of these smokes. The components of a ready-made product depend on the type of order. For instance, in Kazakhstan have gained a great popularity ventilation systems which save energy due to the cooling or heating of air. The last production stage consists of fan examination. Balance adjuster Sanad Meterov, besides the eye control, measures vibration that should not exceed the critical standards. He says that his work is facilitated by special trolleys and instruments. Everything here has its own place. Here at the plant, I examine ready-made fans. This splendid trolley helps me to do that. In order to check the fans, I need instruments. The advantage of trolley is that it has wheels. I can easily carry everything with me instead of running through the plant. Before the delivery of goods to customers, they are packed. Each pack like this has a technical description, operating instructions and serial number. By such numbers, consumers can compare the accuracy of the order. And if you follow exactly all the rules of operation, you avoid premature failure. Not a meaningless thing here is the fact that the enterprise's management tries to provide its workers with the most comfortable space. People here do not need only produce exhaust systems, but also consume their products themselves. The ventilation system at this plant is constructed in such a way that allows to provide the flow of fresh air to every space of production. The first ventilation functioned owing to the construction of houses according to wind rose. The construction of buildings supposed open stairways and high ceilings. It was impossible to construct such houses everywhere. As a result, appeared the necessity of forced air ventilation. Leonardo da Vinci was the first in the history who inbuilt a ventilator in a wall. It was installed in the cabinet of the wife of patron, who was a great inventor of those times. Rapid development of ventilation systems happened in the Middle 80s. Such systems functioned on steam and electricity, were quite powerful and weighed several tons. The first industrial ventilation was used in 1835 for airing of Chagirsky mine in Altai. The demand for the equipment appeared in the times of the Industrial Revolution after the First World War. There arose the need of a system that could save workers' health at hazardous industries. During the construction of the tombs in ancient Egypt, there emerged a need of ventilation systems. Their special collocation pattern provided constant delivery of fresh air into the rooms. The most long working fan, which functioned without any failure during 80 years, was installed in the British Parliament in 1734. Its operating principle was based on steam that moistened air in rooms. By the end of this year, the enterprise plans to open another 90 new vacancies. It will increase the production capacity and as a result will minimize imports of ventilation products. Currently, the plant provides 70% of Kazakhstan market. Besides that, the enterprise has already arranged exports of its goods to the neighboring countries. We are already deliver our goods to Tajikistan. Our neighbor Kyrgyzstan also purchases much equipment. I think that this year, due to the assistance of Kaznaks, it is a state company which supports exports. We shall participate in the exhibition in Turkmenistan. In general, we designed and constructed our plant with a glance to collaborate with Turkmenistan. Lean forward technology is not only a step forward the future. It also provides financial liability of the enterprise. A special approach to work improves production. Here comes the economic effect, the result of a careful approach to business. In addition to that, successful implementation of new technologies allowed the company to become a member of another governmental program under which the grant for innovative equipment was received. We have got grants within the framework of one more program called Productivity 2020. We got the grant to the amount of almost 96,000 tenge and could purchase innovative equipment, which was much more progressive than we had before. Enterprises like this assist in the development of the infrastructure of villages, including tax deductions. Inevitable plus is the work provided to villagers. Now they do not need to spend time and money to go to work downtown. This enterprise operates according to all modern technologies. Wages and work conditions here are just like those of city factories. Not the least is the maintenance of team spirit. Despite the fact that everyone here is only responsible for one side, the sense of belonging is one of the tasks set by the management. In our time, innovations allow to choose ventilation systems that would fit every taste. Everything depends on the purpose of their usage. There exist several types of ventilation. Dry-in ventilation is designed for the elimination of toxic exhalations and smells. Emergency ventilation is installed in production areas where exists the possibility of the emission of dangerous substances. And smoke ventilation works at the initial stage of fire and provides safe evacuation of people from buildings. If you are out of home but the necessity of room ventilation still exists, now it is not a problem anymore. Scientists have worked out a new computerized system that can be operated by means of a mobile phone. Energy-saving ventilation system is one of the last developments. The heat is returned and transmitted to the inlet air without mixing of air currents. In summertime, the system functions on the same principle that excludes the necessity to switch on the air conditioner several times a day. This type of ventilation is able to constantly maintain the set room climate. So-called tiny assistants, it is the name of the innovative sensors, are connected to the system and controls its work. In this way, it is possible to find out any defect earlier that it would convert into a serious failure. It saves not only time that would be spent on reparation, but also money.